Skip it up and that up. Nintendo, you perplex me. You have geniuses that work at that company, and the Nintendo Switch may very well be my favorite console of all time, which is saying something. I made a video about it. But when you go into dumbass mode, you go full tilt. And again, yes, I'm talking about cloud saves. Now, if you remember, just a day or two ago, I made a video talking about how developers would have to opt in for cloud saves in games like FIFA 19, NBA 2K19, Dead Cells, Dark Souls, Splatoon 2, Pokemon Pikachu and Eevee. All of those games will not have cloud save backup. So if you're expecting to sign up for Nintendo Switch Online and expect every single game that you own to have cloud save backups, I got bad news for you. It's not happening. But Game Informer actually got an official comment from Nintendo as to why not all games, even with the Nintendo Switch Online service, will utilize cloud saves. And their response just perplexes you. This is what they had to say to Game Informer. The vast majority of Nintendo Switch games will support save data cloud backup. However, in certain games, this feature would make it possible to, for example, regain items that had been traded to other players or revert to a higher online multiplayer ranking that had been lost. To ensure fair play, save data cloud backup may not be enabled for such games. To ensure that save data cloud backups cannot be used to unfairly affect online multiplayer rankings, the feature will not be enabled in Splatoon 2. Now, what makes Nintendo's statement to Game Informer even more perplexing is how Splatoon and Splatoon 2 work. I got this information actually from Nintendo Prime because I'm not familiar with Splatoon. I have Splatoon 2 for the Switch, but I haven't really played it, and I didn't play Splatoon for the Wii U back in the day, so I wasn't familiar how ranking and all that went on, and watching his video filled me in on that information. The interesting thing about Splatoon and Splatoon 2 is that your ranking data is saved locally on your consoles. And the interesting thing about the Wii U back in the day is if you played Splatoon 2 on there, is you could actually back up your save data. So say you went on a losing streak on Splatoon, you could always go back up to your previous save that you backed up and go back to a time when you didn't lose. So in theory, if you wanted to, you can manipulate the system using backup saves that you never lose a match in Splatoon. And the thing is, even though there isn't backup saves on the Nintendo Switch as of yet, they're still saving your ranking data on the Nintendo Switch console. Nintendo isn't saving it to the cloud, which is pretty damn ridiculous. But even with that being the case, hey Nintendo, you're about to start charging people a yearly fee to play games online. They're going to want features like cloud saves. You need to rework Splatoon 2 so people can't manipulate the system. That's on you. You want to charge people for the convenience, quote unquote, of playing online. Rework the system so people can't manipulate it. Sony and Microsoft and Steam, so on and so forth, have been doing it just fine for years. Why can't you master it, Nintendo? You have other companies out there who have the playbook to show you how to do it. You don't have to figure it out on your own. It's not 2005 where it's uncharted territory and no one knows what they're doing. Other companies are doing it successfully. Learn from them. It's not that hard. Now, another layer of weirdness to this whole selective cloud save thing that Nintendo's pulling with their Nintendo Switch Online service is with Pokemon Let's Go, Pikachu, and Eevee. Now, I don't follow Pokemon. I have zero interest in them. Never did, and probably never will. But what I found out through the Forbes article that I'll have listed below is that there's a Pokemon Bank subscription service. Now, here is the shit kicker to it. Guess how much it is a year to sign up for this service that allows you to save Pokemon from multiple games, and you could save them in this bank that you pay for yearly. It's $5 a year. Why even charge? What's even the point? But I guess maybe that's the reason why Nintendo and the Pokemon Company are enabling cloud saves right in the 2 Switch games that are coming out, is because they want you to sign up for this ridiculously cheap service that should be free. So maybe that's the reason there. Nintendo, I'm sorry. No matter what explanation you give to any tech journalism website out there as to why cloud saves will be selective and not all games will have cloud saves, it's inexcusable. I could see, like I said earlier in this video, if it was 2005, 2006, 2007, hell, maybe even 2010 or 11, and you were starting to get into the whole cloud save thing, and you were doing a subscription service back in the Wii U days, and, you know, it was still somewhat uncharted territory. I mean, cloud saves did exist, but not at the level that they do now. Then okay, it's something new. You're feeling your way around. You're learning how it works. So fine, I would give you the benefit of the doubt. But in 2018, when you have companies like Sony and Microsoft, and like I said on Steam does it very well too, also with cloud saves. You have these companies that seamlessly enable cloud saves to the point that as a consumer, you don't even have to think about it. I just expect cloud saves to work when I play games on Steam and I play it on various PCs. I downloaded the game. There's my save. I don't even have to think about it. I don't even have to skip a beat in a game that I play. You have other companies doing it correctly. Why can't you friggin' follow what they're doing and do it yourself? They're showing you, hey, Microsoft's like, hey, Nintendo, here's how cloud saves should work. Sony is like, hey, Nintendo, here's how cloud saves should work. Same with Steam. Valve's like, hey, Nintendo, this is how you do the whole cloud save thing. Like, how much of a bubble is Nintendo of Japan in when your competitor, your Japanese competitor, Sony, is doing the whole cloud save thing correctly, and you don't see it and you don't understand it? You don't even have to have any secret insiders that work over at Sony to figure out what the secret sauce is. All you have to do is buy a PlayStation 4. All you have to do is use the system and see how cloud saves work, and you copy that. It's that simple, Nintendo. I know I'm doing the whole armchair developer thing now, and Rich, it's probably more complicated than that. But they have to figure it out. Their competitors are doing it correctly. They have to do it correctly as well. There's no damn excuses. The Nintendo Switch is a masterpiece of a system. I have been singing its praises since it was released in early 2017, but it needs to have the features that its competitors have to make it continue to be a viable piece of tech that people want. In 2018, consumers just expect their consoles to have cloud saves. It's not a privilege. It's not a cool, exciting feature. It's just a thing that it's so normal now that people don't even think about it. And the fact that you're just doing cloud saves so half-assed is inexcusable. And I'm sorry, Nintendo, you need to get with it. Your competitors are all doing it, and you also need to have cloud saves enabled in every single damn game that comes to your system. I don't want to hear any BS that you send to any tech journalism websites. This is Rich at Review Tech USA signing out. Have a good one. Hey ladies and gentlemen, if you like what you saw, click that subscribe button. It helps out the show greatly. And also consider becoming a patron. For just $1 a month, you can help out the show, and it gives you access to patron-only live streams that I only do with Patreon supporters. So once again, thank you for all the support, and I'll see you again in the next episode.